while I've got you guys here, I just wanted to talk about something that, a story that's been going a bit viral recently that, yeah, it kind of touched me as well because I've just become a parent, you know, very recently. So, yeah, it was a story of an 18-year-old girl who left her child alone for 6 days and went doing God knows what, but unfortunately the little one passed away. The baby must have been something like 8 or 9 months. It's really, really sad, but I saw it on Twitter and I just saw a lot of people going in as they do on Twitter. And yeah, like when I must have been going through different posts and I must have come across this girl's Twitter feed. And I must have searched her name in Google, and 3 years ago it turns out that this girl was actually missing when she was 15 years old. And then there was a video on Snapchat with her older sister kind of like baiting her out on the train, like the girl is young, like, you know, because I don't know, she must have been missing for a while or something. But just looking at those little brief bits I got from this girl's history, it seems like she's like a little bit troubled. But really it was like looking at all of the abuse and the anger that I was seeing online that made me feel like I just wanted to kind of talk on it very, very briefly, because it's not something that I kind of plan to be doing. But I did see a post or a tweet, and a girl said that we should stop centering ourselves in other people's trauma. And I think that was such a great thing to tweet or to share, because there was a lot of hate, there was a lot of abuse flying around, and there was a lot of people that kind of like, oh, I would never do this and I would never, you know, those type of characters that, oh, you know, they call it virtue signaling, where they're like, I would never do this, I would never do that. It's like, okay, cool. You spend all your time and energy being angry and, you know, filling yourself with all of this artificial rage because you're not going through it. You know, that poor girl, I think her name is Verphy or something, that poor child's family, you know, they're going to be really feeling the effects of this loss. So I wanted to take that kind of incident to kind of share kind of some advice for myself, and maybe some advice for some, I think some advice that's needed for some of these guys that I've seen on Twitter. And that is, when we see these stories online with all of these, you know, horrible things that have happened, you know, unfortunate incidences like this poor little girl losing her life, we should use our privileged position as outsiders to kind of find understanding and empathy. Because, you know, like I said, we have the luxury of not actually being involved in that situation. So you can, you know, on one side, you can spend your time like, oh, I hate this girl's so evil, she should die, how dare you this, how dare you that. Or we can use this incident and start asking questions and looking for real understanding from the situation, like, where were her family? Where were her support network? Where were the other professionals or the other adults in this picture? How was this allowed to happen? You know, this girl's only 18 years old. She didn't raise herself. So where's everybody else in this picture, you know? And when you start asking those kind of questions, when you're searching for those, you know, moments of deeper understanding, that's when we should also start looking inwards and start, sorry, I've got my food cooking here, but yeah, that's also when we should start looking inwards as well, and start looking at our own situations and ways that we could potentially, you know, improve our own communication with our loved ones and people, you know, that we hold nearest and dearest. So yeah, man, that's what I wanted to share today. A bit of an impromptu video, but yeah, until next time.